Now let's understand the next React hook, which is useReducer, which is similar to the previous useContext hook. useReducer is one of the additional hooks that shipped with React 16.8, the alternative to the useState hook. The useReducer hook helps you to manage complex state logic in the React application. The useReducer hook is used to store and update states. Just like the state hook, it accepts the reducer as a first argument and initial state as a second argument. The hook then returns an array of two items. First is the state and second is the dispatch function. Now the initial state is nothing but a simple value the state is initialized with. Now let's suppose that you want to create this initial state. Then at the top here, you can create the initial state something like this. It is just an object with the initial value to your useReducer. Now let me just show you how you can create this reducer function. Right down here, I'm simply going to say function reducer and then specify here two parameters, state and action. The reducer is a pure function that accepts two parameters. First is state and second is action object. Depending on the action object, the reducer function must update the state and return a new state. So let's create this reducer function. I'm going to create here let new state and then I'm going to call here switch case, something like this. And then inside this, I'm going to say action dot type. And then if the case is increase, then I'm going to specify value to this new state. And this is going to be the counter state dot counter plus 1. Now inside this state parameter, we have the previous state value. For now, inside this state, we have this counter 0 because the initial state is this counter 0. Just out of that, this action is used to execute, or you can say change the value of the state. In useReducer, you can't directly change the value of the state. Instead, you have to use an action. Action used to change the value of the current state. So inside this state value, you have your current state. To change its value, you're going to call the current state plus 1 and then specify that value to the new state. And then you return that new state from this function. So just out of that, let me just call the default statement as well, something like this. And just after this switch case, right down here, I'm going to return the new state, this one. Now this is a very simple example of reducer. So if you want me to make the advanced tutorial on useReducer, then let me know in the comment section. Just for now, let's understand this action. Now this reducer function doesn't modify the state directly. Instead, it's going to get the help from the action parameter. So if the action parameter match with this case, only then this reducer is going to change the initial state. Otherwise, you'll get the previous state as a response. So this is how you can create the reducer function in useReducer. Now let me just wrap all these things and create a very simple example. Let me get rid of all these things right from here and create a very simple example of useReducer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create first the initial state. So initial state is going to be the count and 0. So I'm going to specify here an object and pass property to it, and value is going to be 0. Just out of that, just out of this function, right down here, I'm going to create here a function with the name reducer. And we pass here two parameters. As I said, you're going to have state and action to this reducer function. Just out of that, here you can call if or switch case. That's upon you. You can use any of these statements. I'm going to call here switch case. I'm going to call switch if the action dot type, and then I'm going to call here case. So we have here different cases. So if the action dot type is equal to increment, then we're going to call this case. And inside this case, here I'm going to call return statement and say count state dot count plus 1. So I'm going to just increase the value of this count variable by 1 when we call the increment action. Let me do the same for the decrement. So let me copy this case and then specify that right here. And this is now for the decrement action. So we call here decrement. And then I'm going to just decrease the value by 1. So I'm going to call here minus 1. So using this state.count, I'm going to get the current state value and minus 1 from it. Just after that, we need to return the default value as well. So I'm going to say here default colon, then I'm simply going to return an error if there is a default value. Now you can see here, I didn't create any new state inside this reducer. Instead, I changed the current state and return that from this reducer. If you want, you can create new state, something like this, let new state, and then specify all your return statement to this new state and then return that from this reducer. That's upon you. I'm not going to do that. We learned that in the previous example. Right now, I'm just going to return the current state from this reducer. Just out of that, right up here, as you can see, I already have the useReducer, and to this hook, we specify reducer function, this one, and specify the initial state, this one. And inside this statement, I'm going to call count, colon, and then specify here state dot count. You can see how I access the initial state. I'm going to call this state variable and call dot count, because to the initial state, we have this property count. So I'm going to access this count inside this division tag. Just out of that, here I'm going to create a button, and this is going to be the plus button. So when you click on this plus button, it's going to increase the value of this state. And then I'm going to call here on click, and then here I'm going to call the callback function. And just out of that, inside this callback function, I'm going to call this dispatch function. This dispatch function is going to use to change the value of the state, just like the use state. As a second parameter, you get the function which allows you to change the value of your state. So we call here dispatch, something like this. This is a type of function. So we pass here parentheses, and then inside an object, you specify your action type. So what I want to do is when I click on this button, I want to increase the value of the state. So the action type for increasing the value of the state is this increment. So inside this object, we specify type. We create a property called type, and then specify in the single quote increment. Now you can see we created a property here type, and we check that property using action.type. If it is equal to increment, then return a new state by adding 1 to it. Just out of that, let me do the same. So let me copy this statement and duplicate it, and then I'm going to pass here minus. And this is a type of decrement. So let me copy this action type decrement and specify that here. Now just out of that, make sure you import this useReducer at the top. So here you call import, in the object you call useReducer from React. Save this file, and you can see you're going to have your application. And now when you click on this plus button, it's going to increase the value of the state by 1, and when you click on this decrease button, it's going to decrease the value of this counter by 1. So this is because when you click on this button, you're going to call the type increment, and as I said, whenever you want to update the value of the state, you need to call the action. So when you click on this button, it's going to call this first case. When you click on the second button, it's going to call the action type decrement, and this is going to call this second case, where we're going to decrease the value of the counter by 1. Now let's suppose that you want to get these values from this app component. Instead of just passing hard-coded value here, you want to get this value from this app component. So what you can do is, to this object, you can pass one more property. So just out of this increment, you can pass here a property called payload. You can specify any name to this property, but usually React developers use payload property. So we pass here payload, then specify your value. So right now I'm going to increase this counter by 5. So I'm going to pass here 5. Then I'm going to decrease the counter by 5. So pass here payload colon 5. Just out of that, you need to get these values inside the reducer. So instead of these hard-coded values, you specify here action dot payload. So inside this action, as you know, we specify property type, and we also specify here payload, which is 5. So let me just do the same for this second action dot payload. Let me save the changes, reload the browser, and when I click on this plus button, you can see it's going to increase the value of this counter by 5. And when I click on this decrease button, it's going to decrease the counter value by 5. So this is a very simple example of useReducer. If you want me to make advanced example of useReducer, then let me know in the comment section. I hope you understand how to work with useReducer. Next, we'll look at the new React hook.